Okay, good evening YouTube, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your era. This is Jeff Hardy 2K5 and thank you for tuning into this video. This is going to be about a topic involving Kevin Nash, who made some controversial comments. But first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for checking out this video. It's been a while since I actually made a video, so if you're new to my channel, this is actually a video that I haven't done in a little while. Due to the fact that I lost my voice, I wasn't able to speak. It was just awful. I wasn't able to talk for a while. So back on YouTube, and I'm going to talk about this controversial issue. Now, I must explain, I'm using two different laptops. Here it is. This is my dad's at the moment, as you can see right there. The reason I'm doing that is because this laptop I'm currently using has been fucking up. So I'm going to basically use this one and talk about this topic. This is simply about Kevin Nash, who has made some very controversial comments involving four names: Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan. Now, if you're a wrestling fan, you already know where I'm going with this. If not, stick around. You may actually find this quite interesting. You may have something to say about this, or maybe not. If you don't have anything to say, click the X button, which is over there somewhere. Wherever your X button is, just click on it. I don't care. So yeah, basically Kevin Nash. Am I gonna come on here and rant and rave and shout and piss and moan and cry and whine at you? No, I'm not going to, because really, is it worth shouting at him? Is it really worth saying anything to this old ass grey haired, bummed out knee old man who really, is it worth it? No, of course it's not. I'm simply going to read what I've seen, and then I'm going to say my piece. So we're going to start off with I'd first of all like to thank the Pipe Bomb Nation, who this is from the Pipe Bomb Nation. So obviously they're on Facebook. Go and check them out. That's Pipe Bomb Nation. It would be a picture of CM Punk, obviously. So just go and find it on Facebook and you'll really like it, or I'll leave a link in the description box below, and you can check out the. Actually, yeah, once I've done reading these and that, I'll make sure to get the descriptions. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can read them yourself. These are in two different sections. One is from Pipe Bomb Nation, the other is from, it's from Bleacher Report. Yeah. So here we go. Now, bear in mind, this is from Pipe Bomb Nation, which I'm reading from right now. So, right, so there it is. I'm going to get it up. There it is. Pipe Bomb Nation on Kevin Nash saying Daniel Bryan and Guerrero killed pro wrestling, and Daniel Bryan and talks about Bryan and Punk. Right, no, slams Bryan and Punk. Right, here we go. Pipe Bomb on Kevin Nash for saying Benoit and Guerrero as champs killed pro wrestling and slammed Punk and Bryan. 8th of the 7th, 2012. Fuck Kevin Nash, in capitals. I'm sorry, but I'ma drop a fucking pipe bomb on this grey-haired, no-tan ass Kevin Nash, the man who tears a fucking quad out climbing over the ropes and hogs the spotlight from Punk last year, says that wrestling died when Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero became the world champions. Really, Kevin Nash? Wrestling died when they became world champions? We'll talk about that in a minute. Kevin Nash knows shit about wrestling. True. Yeah, sure, he was a part of the NWO and all that stuff. New World Order, by the way, which was a big major group in WCW. Which, what happened to WCW? Oh wait, they do like what my hands are gonna do now. They folded. Yeah. Let's see, blah blah blah. Anyway, and all that stuff, but what was the most successful thing Nash has done besides the NWO? How many classic 5-star matches has Nash been in? How many people call Nash the best technical wrestler in the ever? Benoit was, in brackets. How many people can be as over with the fans as Eddie was? Even when he was a heel, the fans idolized Eddie and Chris. Nash is just looking for attention. Now, Kevin Nash, if you say wrestling died when Chris and Eddie won the world titles, then you, sir, fuck all about wrestling. Go fuck yourself. Nash also slammed Bryan and Punk. Is this man a fucking moron? Bryan and Punk, the most relevant stars in the WWE today. They are two of the best wrestlers in the world. True. Two of the best wrestlers. Nash doesn't know talent at all. Wasn't it just 1 week ago that Nash said he wants CM Punk to lead the new NWO? That is right, people. And now, what the fuck is wrong with Nash? Kevin, you've never done anything special. Just because the four guys that you've slammed are more successful than you give you no right to disrespect them. They are better than you. They are better than you. Just leave it at that. You should be proud in some way you've paved the way for the young talents today like Bryan and Punk. Just go back to your fucking retirement home with you grey-haired fuck. Nash said CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, two of the most recognizable guys in the business today, could walk through the airport and not be noticed unless they had gimmick shirt or a title with them. Are you fucking kidding me, Nash? I've seen pictures of CM Punk walking through the airport plenty of times, and he's plain clothes, no gimmick stuff, nothing WWE related with him. Everybody recognizes him. Tell me, Nash, when was the last time you walked through the airport and been asked to sign an autograph for a fan of yours and still loves you and wants you to come back? When you came back in the 2011 Royal Rumble, sure, you got a huge pop, but everything you did after that was stale and boring. Give it up already, Nash. Let the younger guys have the spotlight. Put your giant ass ego away. Shut the fuck up and watch all your old WCW memories that no one remembers in your fucking retirement home with Hogan, Hall, and Bischoff. I've got to say, that is so fucking true. That first of all, I gotta address the whole CM Punk and Daniel Bryan wouldn't get recognized in the airport if only they would have to be wearing the gimmick stuff like the t-shirt and everything else. I don't think they wouldn't be recognized. I think they would be. These are two of the most recognizable faces in the WWE. And to be honest with you, if you're a wrestling fan and you see these two walking through the airport, you're going to recognize them instantly. And with Benoit and Eddie, when they won the titles, that's the day wrestling apparently died. Nash, you're a fucking hypocrite. 1995 was when you became a champion, and fuck all, you did fuck all then, and you're doing fuck all now. Now, this is from the Chris Jericho report on the Twitter wall with Kevin Nash and Chris Jericho. As you know, guys, Chris Jericho obviously took offense to what he heard, so gave Kevin Nash a bit of a twit. They go into a Twitter war. As I will read this, as I will show you now, as this will explain. So here we go. As most of you know by now, Kevin Nash, in an interview with Grantland.com, bashes the title reigns of Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, describing them as the end of the business. Fortunately, Chris Jericho is not one to stand idly by when his friends and the business he loves gets criticized. In fact, Y2J was so bothered he took to Twitter with the following response. Now this is Chris Jericho's response. Funny how at Real Kevin Nash says wrestling died when Benoit and Guerrero were champs, yet the worst year of the WWE biz was 1995 when he was on top. To which Nash responded, once again the puppet master pulls the Mark's strings. Knew Jericho was a closet Mark. First one eliminated on the bullshit sing show. Really? Jericho ended the war with the words following, hope at Real Kevin Nash doesn't tear his quad, tweeting hashtag typical big man, hashtag NWO third wheel. So basically, obviously Kevin Nash has had a go at him, saying, oh, you're the puppet master, it didn't take long for you to get involved, obviously you were kicked off a bullshit singing show. And obviously Jericho's having a go at him because obviously we all know Kevin Nash has a bum knee, which I find pretty funny, that the fact that Kevin Nash, here's a guy that cannot wrestle. Here's CM Punk and Daniel Bryan as well, who don't have bum knees, who have been working their ass off and working their ways from the bottom to the very top of the business. Even ask You can even say the same about Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, who worked their way from the bottom to the top, who all four of them have one thing in common. Benoit, Guerrero, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk have one thing in common. They love the wrestling business. What do you, Kevin Nash? What do you care about? Oh wait, you care about money, don't you? You care about getting wasted with your buddy Scott Hall. So why don't you go get wasted, you old fat fucking piece of grey-haired shit, and leave the wrestling business to the young guys. So, so this is the final statement from the page. So it appears that Nash was trolling fans has offended one of the wrestling's biggest stars, and many may have an enemy for life. Whether he was serious or not, Nash proved that he is still stuck in the old school mindset and can't evolve past what the business was. Sadly, the internet and social media have given celebrities an avenue to look foolish many times. These men and women get addicted to being this persona that it overshadows their true selves. Need I remind anyone of Matt Hardy? In the end, it seems Nash has simply become a former main event, attempting to cling on to the past of and his former glory. Keep in mind, Nash made a small fortune during his heyday and could easily have left the business gracefully. Not to mention, he left a huge imprint on the business and will be remembered forever as the one main players that helped ring in an Edgar form of wrestling, something like that. I can't read it properly. Even with all that, it appears he wants to be just like the hundreds before him and become another old guy aging in the ring. In closing, CM Punk chimed in the following, poking fun at Nash, calling himself Puppet Master. Pull the strings, pull the strings. That was from CM Punk's Twitter. Right. So what do I make of all this? I'm going to turn this off, guys. What do I make of all this? I'm going to finish off by saying this. This is my final word on what I think about this whole issue with Kevin Nash and with everything. Here is an old ass man who is stuck in the past, who has not moved on since 1995. Now, maybe he was saying that basically, like Good Mike was saying, maybe he was saying that you have to be 6 foot something, you have to be a world champion, you have to be over 300 pounds or something like that. You know, I don't think you really do. I mean, in my view, you just got to be in good shape, be able to wrestle, and I think able to cut a promo as well. I mean, nowadays you should be in good shape and be able to cut a promo on that. But to be honest with you, Kevin Nash has been so stuck in the 1995 era that he's forgotten what it's like to be a professional wrestler, or what it's like to be an actual fan. Maybe he needs to go back and really think about what he actually said. Because if I'm honest, Kevin Nash really has no relativity to this business nowadays. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are two great professional wrestlers. But I like to finish in closing to remind him of one name that really wasn't the biggest guy, didn't have the best body, was always a great worker, and was a top star, and that was Shawn Michaels. So now what are you going to say? Are you going to say that, you know, are you still going to talk shit about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan? So if anyone does know, has anyone got Twitter and can post this on Kevin Nash's page, please do, because I want him to think at least about Shawn Michaels and the fact that Shawn Michaels wasn't the biggest guy, but became a main event star. So think about that. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please leave your opinions and comments and everything else in the comment section below, obviously. And I will hopefully see you soon. The next topic, I do not know. Maybe I'll talk about Razor Ramon. Yeah, right, I'm not going to talk about that fat old piece of shit. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure to come back onto YouTube and do another video for you all. I will see you soon. Peace out to you. And Kevin Nash, that's a fuck you, pal.